Now we are going to watch them on here.
But like, how you gonna get this to there?
I will download them and time them right with it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to be doing somewhat extreme editing.
They ain't have no sauce.
Look.
The fuck? I know they ain't seen this mozzarella sticks and ain't seen this no sauce. I know that's not what happened. I know that's not what happened. I know we got sauce in here. I know what. You know what? We ain't got no fucking sauce in here. You ain't got no sauce?
No.
Bro, they didn't send us no sauce.
For fuck's sake. Hey, you push record on this thing.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! What is up, Internet? This is Ex Machina here, and it's about that time for another video. Today, we're going to do something very special. We are going to do a Boobang. He came up with that name. Basically, it's like a mukbang. We're going to sit here and we're going to eat. But instead of talking about topics, we are going to be reacting to spooky videos. Once again, yeah, my idea. Once again, we're reacting to Wansee Entertainment. Once again, it was so Wansee. How you doing? Big fan. You know what I'm saying? I have watched every single. I've watched every single. Maybe I won't want to see the know some. But I've watched every single.
Person you wanted to do that with me. I've
watched every single of you guys, so please, you know what I'm saying? Don't tell the YouTube police nothing. All your stuff is at the bottom. Every single one of them. Okay? Damn, it's good. Without any further ado, let's get into it.
I think my dad's friend lives in a haunted house.
My dad's friend lives in a haunted house.
My name is Sam. It was August of 2001. I was 15 and accompanying my dad to visit his friend's new house. My dad's friend, who we call Rick, just moved into this house a few weeks ago. My dad wanted to visit and ask about renovation and decorating the place, as it was pretty old. Well, I'm English, so that means my country is full of old houses, from like the 1500s. Rick had bought an antique castle thing in a forest. I know, pretty creepy, right? Anyway, we arrived, and Rick and his wife invited us in. My dad and Rick soon went out to the garage to discuss what plans were for that room. I was left alone with Georgina, Rick's wife, and their newborn baby, Rick Jr. Georgina asked me to fetch some formula from the kitchen for little Ricky.
And I realized I didn't tell y'all what we eating. We have an Arby's. I got hella shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I got a big ass thing of curly. I don't want to show the label. I got a big ass thing of curly fries.
You already said Arby's.
Yeah, but like I can't show the label. I can say it's Arby's.
Turn it back. Turn around.
No.
Just turn it around.
I mean, it's over now. I got me a fat ass cheddar and beef sandwich. Arby's. You're the only person that know how to make my cheddar like this. I got a fat ass milkshake. Super chocolate chunk. Got a super chocolate chunk cookie. Stoner's choice.
You're welcome.
Thanks, babe. We got mozzarella sticks.
Oh, how about that?
All that situation.
Being the good 15-year-old boy, I agreed. Even if the house was home to demons. I went into the kitchen, and the first thing I noticed was a trap door in the corner. Me, being curious, I opened it. A terrible smell filled the kitchen. It smelled like horse manure mixed with puke.
How did you know that specifically?
A pale hand with long fingers grabbed me. I swore and started hitting the hand. Another hand grabbed my other hand and tried to drag me down. I shouted for my dad. Suddenly, purple eyes appeared from the darkness of the trap door.
Bite it.
They stared at me.
Whoa! My
dad rushed in, and the hands disappeared. I had scratches on my arm, and so I ran them under some cold water.
Oh, like close that shit.
My dad asked me what had happened. I said, there was some demon guy in the cellar. My dad and Rick grabbed flashlights and searched the basement. Nothing was there. We called the cops and searched the property, and of course, we found nothing. When I got home, I went straight to my computer. It turns out a man was shot in a hunting accident there, roughly around 1770.
Why the fuck are there demons there?
Those hands weren't of a man.
That's what I'm saying.
Rick still lives there, and over the past 18 years, there have been countless sightings and weird stuff.
Then
I
move!
just hope whoever or whatever that thing is goes away.
Why the fuck? Hold on. Wait.
Do not. Controller.
Why the fuck wouldn't you move? Oh, there's a demon in my house. I'ma chill. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I keep seeing demons. I'm still at the same crib though. Like, how you sound? What the fuck? Immediately, as soon as somebody else saw that shit, even if I was in denial, as soon as somebody else was like, "Oh yeah, it's here," I'm gonna come home with y'all. Like, I'm gonna spend the night for a couple of days. I got some money saved up. You ain't even gotta worry about it. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Well, at least that's what everyone calls me. About 11 years ago, my mom, my big brother, and I moved from Mississippi to Nashville, Tennessee. We were staying with my uncle and his wife and stepkids for a while until we got our own place. About a month later, we found an apartment to stay in. We had a bunch of teddy bears that I really liked between I was 12 going on 13. Well, when we finished to move our new house, I decorated my room really nice, and I set my teddy bears on my shelf above my bed. A week later, I noticed one of my teddy bears would always go missing, and I would find it under my brother's bed. I thought he was taking my teddy bear just to freak me out, but he really had no idea what I was talking about.
But like, why would he put it on his own
weird? So I decided to lock all my bears in my closet. They stayed in my closet for 2 days. Everything was fine. That's what I thought until the third day after has been started. The third day, I woke up on a Saturday and my closet door was cracked and my teddy bear was in the same place under my brother's bed. I knew something was wrong. After that, I immediately threw my teddy bears away after that. We stayed in that apartment for a year. After that, we moved. I'll never forget the day of the move. We found bones in the fireplace from a human. Now I'm 23, and I still remember that day, but I always think, what if I set up a video camera to see what was causing my teddy bears to do what they did?
Victorian people were in my
I can't stand these stories that I never figure out what happened. I'll be like, why'd you tell the story then?
My name is Tate, and this incident happened to me when I was 8 years old. As I was in elementary school, we were learning about the Victorian era in history, which I didn't give a crap about. My history teacher had a Victorian family and stuck it on the walls of the classroom. I didn't know why we had to look into somebody's family history. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. When I laughed at it, the history teacher glared at me. Stern.
He gave him the anime glance.
Look at that.
Bitch, please.
His hand closed into a fist and was shaking, quivering.
Flavor thought it.
What are you laughing at, boy?
Cross-eyed.
I was too scared to reply, so I said, nothing.
That teacher's professional.
Later that night,
Bitch,
when I went
please.
to bed,
No.
I struggled to get to sleep.
Please.
I was tossing and turning. A few minutes later, I finally drifted off to
I'm
sleep.
mad he calling him a boy, though. That's an old-ass term. Boy.
I woke up an hour later. I was checking my phone to see that it had just passed midnight. Suddenly, I heard a group of people talking outside. I thought it was one of the neighbors.
He brought the whole
So I
crew
answered
out there?
the window. When I looked to see what was going on, my heart just dropped. There, in the middle of the garden, were parents who were beating their child with a wooden club. The parents and the kid were all wearing the Victorian era style clothes. I was so confused why they were here, why they are beating their child, and why they wore such clothes out of place. Then, all of a sudden, the mother looked up at me. Her eyes glowed red, and she cackled loudly, which made me so terrified. Then she pointed at the sky with a finger that was so skinny, and the family faded away. I couldn't sleep at all the whole night, and I thought about the class that I took at school. From that day, I never made fun of any teachers again.
That's what the stupid shit that happened. Stop pausing. Stop trying to pause the fucking recording.
Did I successfully do it?
No.
Okay.
And the cursor's right on the stop button.
First of all, did his teacher just send him somebody? Like, that was fucked up. Like, nobody finds it ironic that the exact same night that his teacher got mad, like, two people was like, yeah, excuse me, let us show you how we used to beat our children. Like, something going on with the teacher. That's what I feel like.
Okay, so, what? Like, thrown off why. It's clearly a bat. Like I said, a wooden club.
Maybe that's what it was called back then.
Watch it. Let's watch.
Let's
watch.
Let's
watch. I got up at 8 a.m., as usual. But as I stood up, I noticed something was different. It was very cold, and I felt like someone was watching me. When I turned to my sister's bed, she woke up, and I screamed.
Looks a lot smaller.
Two heads hovered in the air. One of an older woman with long, dark hair and green eyes. The other of a bald, older man with blue eyes.
They both look like men.
I screamed again and ran to my mother. I told her what happened and saw some man at the door.
Boy.
I can't recall the words. I screamed and hugged my mother when I saw him.
I'm going for the animators. No
I was
way.
crying at this point, and she looked at me as I pointed to the door, not explaining why. She instantly knew what I was upset about, and she spoke in the direction of the door. I don't know what she said. I was just too scared to listen, and all I wanted was to be somewhere else.
Oh, Mom knows some
Nothing
shit.
like this happened to me again until I was 13. I was coming from a friend's house and was really tired. I went to my room, turned the lights off, and went to bed. At 4 a.m., I suddenly woke up without a reason. When I looked at the door, I saw my mother looking at my sister. She had lifeless eyes, which reminded me of the incident that happened when I was 7 years old. The heads had the same lifeless eyes as my mother, except her eyes were red and just looked evil. I knew it wasn't my mom. I hid under the blanket, praying that the thing would just go away. When I looked up, it was still there. I prayed again. Then it vanished. I mean, literally vanished. I saw it with my own eyes. That thing grew fainter.
Don't nobody pray no more?
I couldn't see it anymore. When it was gone, I ran to my parents and
Nobody
explained what happened.
scream no more?
They believed me and said that if I couldn't go to sleep, I could watch TV or just stay up. I thanked them and went to the living room. Now, I'm 14.
What the
And I
fuck?
talked to
Wait,
my mother
no.
about it.
They didn't try to like go examine her room, make sure her sister was like. What does Mama know? Like, what's going on? Like, her family must be one of those families where like the grandma like sold her entire family to a cult. Now they just all in it, and now Mama just know.
Incident that happened 7 years ago. And when I told her what the heads looked like, she seemed very surprised and confused.
I'm gonna be there.
When I asked her what was wrong, He told me that the description I gave perfectly matched that of my dead grandparents. I don't know if they were really my grandparents, or who that man on
How would I guess that perfectly?
But like,
the creepy stalker.
But like, why was they hovering around her as a head? Why did her mom come to them as a body with red eyes? Anybody gonna answer these questions? Because these are pretty vital. Oh yeah, grandma and grandpa was... But like, why did grandma and grandpa creep me the fuck out like that?
On Saturday at 11:30 a.m., I invited my friend Sophia to come to my house, just a general hangout. She came to my house at 12:25 and everything was going normal when we was talking.
Her neck was long as fuck.
As we were hungry then, we decided to go out, so we bought some snacks and walked to the park, which is next to the shops. When we were about to leave from the park and just walked across the road, I saw...
No, I really don't have a neck.
I see your
Like,
neck.
it's sad.
I see your neck.
No, it's a little piece of skin with my throat in it. I
He
swear.
was almost 35 to 40-year-old Pakistani man. He asked me, "Are you okay?" with a perverted grin. Then he said to me, come here, I want to talk to you." And I said no, while looking at the back seat of the car to see if he has anyone with him that will harm us. But luckily, he didn't. The guy said, "Please, I want to talk to you."
Now you
He
go
was
run.
licking his fingers and staring at me.
Run right now. That's what you do. Run right now.
Hand gesture.
Like, run right now.
He felt very angry and disgusted. Sophia whispered to me, "Let's go. Let's go."
Angrily and disgustingly run away.
We went to a different path, which is next to the shops. He followed us and parked next to me.
Of course he did. Y'all running. I mean, y'all walking.
"Why won't you speak to me? Come on, speak to me. Come here, please."
Okay, if they don't start running by now, then
Yeah, we aren't at a
"Leave me
good enough.
alone, you weirdo." Then we saw him with a very evil and perverted smile. I grabbed Sophia's arm and ran inside the shop and hid.
We can talk right here.
I was calling my other friend, Jaheen,
We
and
need to
told
get
him
in that
briefly
car.
what's going on. He kept saying, "Call the police," but I thought it would be alright. A few more minutes later, we left the
listen.
shop and walked on the same path as that was the quickest way to go to my home. We thought everything was okay.
First of all, anybody that I'm calling about to be like, oh, somebody following you, where the fuck you at? I'm about to pull all the way up. They talk about calling the police. And they let her walk out the store without calling the police or anything. Whose family are y'all? Who raised y'all kids? My family would have immediately, oh, where you at? Where are you at? You went to the store? Here we go. Like,
Hold the police! Hold the police!
Maybe one thing if she had called the police, they'd be on their way, but no. She called the police and they legit refused. And she legit refused and they just let her leave the store like that?
"He's following us!" There was a same white car.
Nah,
So
don't start
scary.
running now.
My legs were shaking as we ran, and while I was running, I told Jahim on the phone, "He's following us!" And they said, "Go to the spider park." There was a small park, but no parking park, as there was houses around, and which was right next to my house. I shouted, "Sophia, hide!" She hid behind the wall, while I was hiding another place. As a result, the guy was still following, but couldn't find us. He was roaming around the area. When he disappeared, we went towards the park from a small gate and finally went back to my place. Once we arrived home, I told my family everything that happened and told the police, but the police didn't do anything about it. They just said, "We will use it as intel and update you, but we can't do anything right now," which made us feel so sad. However, the most scary thing came up next by Sophia, who reminded me suddenly of the incident I told her a week ago.
About a
She
week
said,
ago.
"What if it is the same guy?" I said, What do you mean? Then she said, you know, when you told me about the guy who knocked on your window while you was trying to sleep, my mind froze.
Where the fuck did she live?
Luckily, I had curtains so he wouldn't see me, but I never forget the moment looking at the end of the curtain where the window was shining clearly and seeing a guy knocking on my window. I remember rubbing my eyes to make sure that I wasn't imaging some demons, but no matter how much I rubbed my eyes, the figure of the mysterious guy was still there. From that day on, I just stayed in my room feeling very scared.
She didn't like want to go tell anybody what's wrong with this chick.
What if he was the same guy knocking on my window?
I don't know. You probably should have told somebody else what it is.
Okay, pause. I mean, something to even do, even if you might not find it a good idea. If some guy in a car is following you, it's like backing up a little bit. But see if you can get a look at his license plates.
Yeah.
Memorize those. Call the police and tell them that the license plate numbers, so they can actually hunt him down. What?
She was being stupid. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
So what's stupid?
Her. She was being hella stupid. Like, first of all, if somebody's following you off bat, you call the police. Like, it don't matter. It don't matter if you think you just a little pervert or whatever. Immediately, you call the police because somebody's following you. Obviously, you don't know what that nigga got in his car. You don't know how strong he is. You don't know if he's about to just get out the car and push out in. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, if you go to the store, tell the clerk that there's somebody out there following you. And then if you call somebody, don't just say, if they say, oh, call the police, don't be like, oh, no, it's going to be okay. We've been in the store for about 5 minutes. Here we go. Like, that shit don't make sense. And then, like, for the caller that she called, who the fuck tells their sibling or what the fuck ever to just call the police? You're not on your way? Like, you ain't gonna meet me somewhere? Like, that shit, the whole situation was just... You know what I'm saying? That's... No, that whole scenario just didn't make any sense to me, because it's like, on both sides, don't let nobody really seem like they really legit cared about the safety. Because, like, if I'm in danger and I'm calling my mom, it's to come and get me. Like, ain't no, oh, I just called so you'll make me feel better. Because that's literally damn near what she did. I don't know, that shit don't make sense to me.
I got a question for you. What he does to you?
But it's one of the things that make ghosts so upset.
What?
They make you or like, have you ever seen like a movie where like angels have like fallen and like somebody got out the grave and they're like, oh, I can eat again. I got my appetite.
Would that be like an example if you watch Dumbo? With the ghost friend Carrie, and she was just like, right next time she wished she could eat and Dumbo offered his body up.
Yeah.
And she smashed every time.
Because she can't feel it, man.
I didn't understand that at all. Yeah. Like every time she just felt like eating, she was like possessed by a ball in the back. You could even be stuffed, you know, when she was just like possessed and started fucking eating like that shit.
Well, you invited her in there, so shit he could do about it after a while.
Like that same invitation to give and you can't like, take it back.
Yeah, but you need help. But you invite an entity into your life, you have to literally exercise that bitch out.
Oh.
You can't just be like, no, I uninvite you. They gonna be like, no. You gave me a name and everything. Fuck out of here. Human, you thought you could just uninvite me. That's cute. That's real cute what you just tried to do. Like, oh, she tried to uninvite me. Casper, look at this shit. No! That wasn't what you guys thought it was.
I can't even see that. Yes, I can.
Come here. That tickled. Alright, let's see.
I'm in debate of keeping that in.
Don't! Alright.
What? You don't want to do like 2 more?
Well, look at it. Look at the time on here.
That's 27 minutes.
27. What are we doing?
I think that's a good stopping point, but I really want to watch phase 2.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot to do around here. Edit out everything. Alright. Next one. Let's go down here.
True airport story.
True airport story antidote.
It was the spring of 2017. I was flying out to Chicago for a job interview. It was around 11 p.m. and I was sitting in my gate at the San Francisco International Airport. A storm was raging outside.
This is good.
Rain pouring down the windows as everyone was bundled up on the seats and keeping to themselves. I was just scanning the rows of people in seats sleeping, with laptops, phones, and wearing earbuds before I noticed this man go.
I know, right?
He was sitting in the farthest corner of the gate by the corridor, with no one else sitting around him.
It's a loop.
He was not
It's a loop.
or wearing headphones like everyone else.
That smells like
He
gear.
has this huge, crooked grin plastered on his face.
I feel like he was chewing
staring
gum.
directly at me.
Teeth clip.
He looked pretty average in terms of looks and what he was wearing. But that grin was too
That's
creepy.
some makeup.
It was beginning to make me shit bricks. Naturally, I turned away and pretended I hadn't seen him.
That's the first time
For
I
the
heard
fact
someone
that he
swear.
was staring at me, and we continuously turned to eye him back without realizing. Eventually, they called our gate and I boarded the plane. I took my seat in the business class right
Bitch,
by
I
the
would have
window,
made sure, like,
checking Instagram.
where he at?
I did not see the creepy man boarding.
Oh, there he is.
We
Oh,
were up in the sky. Sometime through the flight, I got to use the bathroom.
Oh,
And as I was finishing up in there, someone knocked on the door. I called out, occupied.
I'm so
but
scared
the
to use
person
airplane
continued
bathrooms.
knocking
Like,
repeatedly
I'm
and
naturally, like, scared to ride on an airplane. But, like, their bathrooms, like, I just don't want to take that L if I was to ever die on an airplane. Like, but you died in the toilet. Like, that's in the back. Like, so you died first. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't want to go down with my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Literally?
Literally, like.
As I was washing my hands, I ignored it, hoping it would go away, but it didn't.
I'd be wondering what
So
happens
I opened the door to make some
when
ballsy
these plans
remark,
mess up.
but
When these
froze
plans
when I
mess up.
saw who was in front of me. It was that guy from the
I want to punch the fuck out of him.
A creepy grin plastered on his face. Quickly, I pushed past him and walked to my seat, not glancing behind me.
Ooh, I would have punched the fuck out
The rest of my flight went normal
There's
except
a
for the
man that
fact that I
smells like
couldn't
crazy.
get him off my mind.
Huh?
And they was like, and
As
there,
soon as we landed in
Yeah.
Chicago,
all of that toilet seat,
set my suitcase down from the overhead luggage.
all of that toilet seat.
And first off of that airplane. I called an Uber as I walked to the airport parking lot. It was 12 p.m. in Chicago. The Uber came and I drove to my
Damn,
hotel.
she in Chicago,
And as I
too.
checked into my room, I realized something horrible.
No offense,
My
Shai,
wallet
I
was
don't know what's going
missing.
on.
I don't know where I could have left it. So I called the airport and asked them to search the plane. They did so and got back to me a few hours later saying they found nothing. I drove back to the airport and spent the whole rest of the day searching and turning up nothing. My only theories were I had somehow left it at San Francisco or it had been stolen.
Damn, San Francisco
I was
and
able
Chicago,
to
she
recover
going
and
places?
spent 3 more days
she would have had it
lawless in Chicago.
at the airport, at least.
But you know what? Here's the scary part. When I got back to San Francisco and drove to my house, I discovered something disturbing. My door was unlocked, and my entire house was trashed. Everything had been broken, and anything worth a slight amount of value had been taken. I checked my security footage, and was able to identify the intruder as the grinning man from the airport who, sure enough, had my wallet and therefore my keys. I called the police, who found his fingerprints all over my house. The only scary thing was that the prints did not match anyone on record.
Do you realize that means like he had to fly to where she was at, fly all the way back to San Francisco? If he was even human, because we never found any prints. He obviously couldn't be.
And don't forget that he was on the flight with her
Yeah.
to Chicago.
So he had to fly with her, fly all the way back to San Francisco, find her place in San Francisco. God knows where that could be.
Oh, your address is on your ID.
I know, but I'm saying isn't San Francisco kind of big?
You can find anything with GPS.
Truthfully, but the effort is what I'm saying. Damn,
With technology, it's not even that much effort.
And then you don't find his fingerprints, man. I'd be scared as hell.
I mean, he really didn't have that much effort. ID, address on her ID, her fucking house keys on her wallet, which he had. So he really didn't have to do much.
But babe, he took 2 flights to get to that bitch. 2. And Lord knows he could have followed her to the freaking terminal. He watched her the whole time in the terminal, boarded her plane, went to Chicago with her. I don't know why nothing happened in Chicago itself, but he went all the way to San Francisco. That's too much. Man.
The only effort would have been him going back to San Francisco. Everything else was effortless.
My name is Matt.
I think it was just chance that he found her wife, or he took it without her knowing.
Thanks. I live in the center of the city now, but a few years back I lived in an old house on a somewhat sketchy street. But that doesn't mean I was poor. The house was ugly from outside, and it was built before World War II, but clean, warm, and cozy inside. Although many people died in it.
Ah, hell no.
I always believed in ghosts because of all the weird incidents that happened. Like one time, at night, me and my mom were sitting in a room. It was pitch black outside the room we sat in. Suddenly, we heard someone was tripping over, falling in the kitchen. We also heard things like plates fall down and shatter. But when we walked outside, nothing was there. Everything was in its place, and we were so scared about what was going on. A few years later, I had a dream. Me and my mom were walking down a path, and suddenly we stopped, and I heard a voice saying, "Bridge." I felt something knocking on my back 3 times, and I woke up scared. Nothing was there, so I didn't think of it that much and went back to sleep. However, after that night, this dream appeared again and again. The voice said various things that I don't remember, and one time it said something about my mom's death. It always ended with something knocking on my back 3 times. It was creepy. One time, me and my mom sat in a room and talked about ghosts, and I told her about what I'd been dreaming. Mom went silent for a second, and she confided in me that once she was sitting with a friend, and he said something not too nice to her, just for fun. She got angry and screamed, "Shut up," in a male voice. And she didn't remember that. When she described
Did you see the look on his friend's face? He was like, Karen? Shut up! Never went back to her house again. He was looking at her like, damn, you good, Karen? Shut up. Shut your bitch ass.
Notice when your shirt's ripped.
Oh, weird old guys.
It reminded me that the voice sounded just like the voice in my dreams. In 2017, she passed away because of cancer. She died in the same room, in the same house where I got those nightmares. After that, I moved out to another place a few years ago. So I don't live in that house anymore. But I still believe in ghosts. That they exist. And they are real.
Man, I would have sold that bitch to like be a museum or some shit.
Well, he did say that when the ghost talked about his mom's death. Okay. Was the ghost correct?
He said he didn't remember all the shit that it was saying. He said he could say some awful shit. And one day it actually said something about his mama.
Yeah. But I said it talked about his mom's death.
But I'm in love with those. Wansee, how you doing?
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
Alright, well, excuse me. Well, that's all for now, my guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If any of these gave you chills or scared you, gave you a good jump scare, please put it in the comments. Tell us if you want us to do more of these. Please make this a regular thing. I love you. And, yeah. You can drop your Snapchat. Alright, guys. Until next time. To be continued. Peace.